So this is a really cool rat cage, and I want to show you how it works because it's pretty interesting. The doors we attached with magnets. These cool little magnetic strips that are really powerful and the rats can't open them. The other side of the doors are just standard hinges. The top level we have made into beds, just places for them to relax and sleep. And as for the bottom of the cage, on the bookshelf part, we've used Velcro. Stapled it down to the bookshelf and glued it to the towels. I think the towels are a pretty cool idea because it keeps us from using so many puppy pads, and they enjoy it. The second level is where we feed them. They have food and salt block and mineral block and the ladders. The ladders are probably the coolest part because it allows them to get from one level to the next. And then there's this hole. This hole is actually just a fabric tunnel that they have clawed holes into to make a ladder. So this is the second level, and that's Pippin. Pippin's trying to eat me. Oh, and we've attached the water bottles to the outside of the cage. And the third level is just the fabrics they cuddle in, and there's the tunnel. And Pippin. And so this is the bottom. There's a ladder here, and we've used the bottom for pretty much putting in bedding. We use scented bedding because the regular bedding stinks or makes the apartment stink, so we don't like to use it. And they seem to enjoy the scented bedding. There's all kinds of different scents, but we picked lavender. The ladders that we used for the bird cage the ladders we used for the rat cage are just your standard bird cage ladders. And for our bookshelf, we've added this little lip right here, so that when we open the door, the bedding doesn't scatter everywhere, and they like to kick it. So while they kick it everywhere. Mary, over there in the corner eating, she is eating just we buy fortified hamster pellets, or rat pellets, which they enjoy. We also feed them peas occasionally, which I think peas are gross, so that's a good way to get them out of the house. For the outside of the cage, we just use standard mesh wire, and for the doors, it's just plywood. It's all stapled together and held together with construction adhesive so that it doesn't come apart. As far as I can tell, they seem to enjoy it. We took up 4 of the 5 shelves on the bookshelf, and we used the very bottom shelf for storage of food and puppy pads and bedding and sometimes toys. All sorts of things that they seem to enjoy. Also, we learned that if you are going to buy them toys for them to play around in, like a ball, that it should be ferret-sized because they're going to get big. So anything you buy them will have to grow with them. And we're hoping right now that our holes are going to be big enough for them to crawl through for at least a few more years before we have to start making bigger holes. And they're pretty smart, so they figured out really quickly how to use the ladders. They've also figured out how to climb on the mesh, which I can't say I'm proud of, but if they're smart enough to figure that out, then I don't really feel I have the right to stop them. They do like privacy a lot of the time, or just to be with each other, which is why if you're going to get a rat, you should get them in pairs. Because rats need companionship. They need each other. They need to be loved. And human companionship, you can't be with them 24/7 like their cage mates can. But that's our rat cage. And we think it's pretty cool, so I hope you enjoy it.